It's me, Jimmy D, and welcome to our Swamp Thing episode 5, the midway point of the show. Um, and a lot happened this episode. I'm here with Joe, like
Hey guys.
always, and we're gonna break it down for you guys and really talk about what we liked and maybe some things we didn't like. So start off. What did you think about the Swamp Thing moments of this episode?
So Swamp Thing, it wasn't like an action packed with him.
No.
So my man starts talking with the trees in the beginning, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Then some guy rolls up on a boat, drinking beer, and it's like, the tree's just talking to you, man. Like, I want to know, is that guy? I don't think he's actually there.
No, I mean, he disappeared right after
Yeah,
the boat and everything without Swamp Thing realizing it. So he must have been a figment of Swamp Thing's imagination or the swamp making
but I
something real.
wonder what he is, like,
Yeah,
actually.
because he wasn't.
Is he
He was too real to be one of the ghosts that showed up at the
is
beginning
he
for
like
Swamp Thing.
the guide of the swamp type of thing? Like, is he?
Yeah, it makes me question about that too. Like, he seemed very knowing of the swamp, and he seemed like that guide, that bridge between um, the swamp and Swamp Thing. Um,
Mhm.
Now we have to talk about Susie,
Mhm.
eh, because, well, Joe, what happened to Susie?
She got she got all kinds of possessed.
She got
That
so possessed. It was it was creepy, it was eerie. It was the scene where Abby comes into the Sutherland house and is humming the song that was Abby and her song. And it sets up this eerie, like, oh fuck, what's going to happen
oh shit
situation.
about to go
Yeah.
down.
And it went down. Abby goes up, and Shauna is full on possessed of Susie and is telling Abby all this stuff about how, oh look, you're a medical doctor now. I forgot. And then Abby turns around because she's done dealing with the bullshit, because I don't know how she thinks it's bullshit at this point when she knows there's a giant swamp monster walking around. Um,
Mhm.
but she turns around, and when she goes back to talk to Susie, it's Shauna standing there all dead and swampy, and out the window is her drowning, and she opens her mouth, a snake comes out, and she freaks out. And basically Shauna wants wants the mother to come to the swamp because she cannot stay possession of Susie for a long period of time. So she wants the mother to come to the swamp
So she can kill her.
so she can kill her. So you have Abby going after her, and they get to the swamp, and Susie's possession comes undone. The Sutherland woman is going to the daughter in the swamp. Abby comes out. They fight. The mom tries to drown Abby. Completely drown Abby. Trying to get her to be part of the swamp because that's what Shauna wants. And, of course, Abby gets free, and she goes and she tries to swim away, and Susie grabs her mom, pulls her under the water, and basically she's gone. But Swamp Thing is able to rescue her, bring her up. Abby performs a little bit of CPR. She spits out the water that she had in her lungs, And Swamp Thing then shows Abby the image of what happened in the swamp originally with Shauna. And at first, they make it seem like, oh, it might have been actually Abby's fault because she pushed her off the bridge. I mean, even at that point, it's a gray area because you could also say, well, it was just an accident.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, she gets down in the water, and Shauna comes up fine. But then something takes Shauna and just pulls her away, grabs her, pulls her underwater, and she's gone. And that's as far as we know about Shauna.
We also have the fucking sheriff just like
Yes,
killing a guy
because this guy knew what happened to Alex slash Swamp Thing the night he
Well,
died.
he says that it
He
was he.
Yeah, he says that
I
it.
don't I don't know if it's the son
I don't.
though,
I'm sure it was a Sutherland boat. Um,
because they said that the only person out on patrol or it was out was the son, right?
what?
Or
No,
what?
was the guy that she killed. He was the only one out on patrol. But the thing is, the if he is to be telling the truth, the son took a Sutherland boat, so there wouldn't be a log of it. So the log is just of what cops were out.
Mm-hmm.
So by the son taking a Sutherland boat means that he didn't have to write in a log because it's not a cop boat, police boat. So it could possibly be him. But ultimately, the sheriff doesn't like that because the guy tries to get her to pay him $50,000 to keep quiet. And she straight up kills him. Like 4 shots to the chest and one final blow to the head. And she calls the cops saying that there was an issue. So she makes
So
it.
I'm trying to figure out how you would explain that.
Well, he has the shotgun there. You could say that he was threatening her and that.
So I shot him 57 times,
Yeah, that's a little hard to explain.
and then I shot him in the head afterwards.
I would be interested in seeing how that is. But there's also another plot in this episode of Sutherland and Liz, the reporter, or
Mm-hmm.
the bar Abby's friend, where he comes to the bar.
The fucking turtle.
Oh, that was disgusting. And basically is saying you need to shut the fuck up. And she's not having any of it. So later on, you have her going to her car, and all the tires have been cut, and 2 masked people come up and tell her that she needs to shut up because Sutherland sent them. She beats the fuck out of one, and
Mm-hmm.
the video store guy runs up and tries to save her, but he gets hit in the head with a crowbar, and the 2 masked people run away, and that's where the episode ends. By the way, the video guy, he's been cursed to stay at the town until
All right.
fulfilling something.
So he can't be dead.
Yeah, he can't be dead. So he has something to fulfill. He's not. He's not dead. That's how the episode ends. This episode is very action packed.
Well, it ends with the fact that they know there's a creature out in the swamp. They don't know
Yes,
that it's Swamp Thing. They don't know what he looks like.
they just
They
know.
know
And
a
Sutherland wants
creature.
it. Sutherland wants it, and the doctor wants it alive so they can examine it and study it and use it. Um, Let me say, I was a little worried coming into this episode because it was the midway point. The past 2 episodes, they've kind of gotten slower, um, and I didn't know if the story was going to really get going yet. But this episode showed it got going real quick. Overall, Joe, what did you think?
I think it was a really good episode.
Even though it didn't have action, it was still a great episode.
Well, because it had the suspense in it.
Yeah,
It played up to the horror part.
yes. And I would say the suspense was honestly in the storytelling better than it was in episode 1. I wouldn't put this as a better than episode 1 just because episode 1 had more action, but this was a really good episode. Overall, how would you rate it?
I'd give it shit. I actually rate it higher than episode 1.
Okay.
I'd give it like a 7.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8 because I really like the storytelling, the suspense really built, and they covered a lot of different plots, but it didn't seem like one didn't matter. It didn't seem like they were juggling too many. It felt perfect. So I'm gonna give it an 8. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the episode, and like always, I will see you in the next one. Later.